So, hi everyone, welcome if you're new. My name is Claire, not Crystal. Shut the door so the neighbours can't hear me, except they can hear me through the wall, but whatever. And you know, as soon as I've started talking, I can feel that buzzy feeling going to the back of my heart, to my back, and that's always my sign for when there's a lot of heart healing, heart chakra healing going out to all of you if you're open to it. And it doesn't always happen as soon as I start talking. Sometimes it does, but it did as soon as I opened my mouth to talk there, it started coming in. So that tells me it's needed. So that brings me to my next thing I usually say is everything I do is channeling and everything I do is healing. So yes, I'm reading cards. I use a lot of cards. Oracle cards mostly, tarot when I feel like it. But it's all, yeah, it's all healing. So it's clearing energy is what I do all the time. So yeah, and so everyone else knows that, but welcome if you're a hashtag newbie. That's what we call you until you want to call yourself a hashtag oldie. And I'll leave that up to you, like when you want to consider yourself that. Right, so oh, and also we're about healing twin flames around here, empowering you to heal yourself. So because everything I do is about soul retrieval, because I am lots of different things that you can read about in the description box, but primarily I'm a shaman, and then all the other things can just come underneath that. Right, so meaning that I'm a shaman that likes to do lots of different things, because most of the time, most do. Right, so I don't like, I'll be honest guys, right, and at 144, we got drawn to the 144, I wasn't looking down at I was looking all around when I was saying all the rest of the stuff. Yeah, I'm very honest, so if you're new to me, you'll notice as if you hang around, I'm very honest, and I just sort of say where I'm at, and I'll be honest, I really don't want to be filming this right now, but not like, I'm not so much like, oh, I really don't want to do it, but it's like, if I don't just go along with it, what I'm being guided to do, the feeling will not leave me. And so I feel at least one person, but we all know it's never just one person. I would say there's a wave of twins that are going to resonate with whatever's going to come out of my mouth that people need to hear. And it's related to, again, when I have dreams, in inverted commas like this, I hesitate to call it a dream, I'd call it a nightmare. But I'd more call it dream interference or astral interference or karmic interference. Right, so that's basically what's inspiring me to channel this video today, right? And so also, just before I go into that, it is a big time because we've got the new moon in Cancer coming up on the 17th there, but we've also got, which is, if you don't know what Cancer's about, it's keeping cozy, cuddles, cups of tea. I usually say something like that. It's family, it's soul family, and we're a big soul family around here. Soul fam wolf pack is what I usually call it. And the shadow sides of Cancer can be sadness, depression. I don't know about that. Again, I don't know if it's appropriate to call all of that the shadow side, but you know, it's trauma, you know, the darker side of what Cancer means. Cancer's, the fourth house is the lower side of the chart, so yeah, it's a lot of hidden, repressed, suppressed emotions. It's all about mothering yourself. This can be good, bad, or indifferent things to do with anything that I've said. Yeah, so basically it's all of that. Things to do with self-care and that too. And I've just looked down at all my different self-care decks that are all sort of chucked together. So as I'm sort of saying that, I'm just going to shuffle these ones before I get into the dream that, oh yeah, look, sensitivity. That's what it is as well. You're extra sensitive to energies and emotions right now. Honour yourself and your feelings. And notice that's not a coincidence that I was just saying, like, look, I'd really rather not be doing this, right? Like, and I mean, we're not in the Cancer moon yet, but I always feel when I go to channel the energy, talking about the energy, I'm always ahead of the, you know, I mean, I'm ahead of where the collective are at anyway. Like, some, you know, it's like, and what I mean is, that sounds weird. What I mean is, like, I'm usually experiencing the energies before most do, and that's what being away shore is about, you know. It's so that I can talk about it to sort of give people a heads up. But what I'm saying is that, yeah, I actually kind of feel like I'm in that Cancer sun, Cancer moon already, and that doesn't come about till Sunday. You know, we're in Gemini moon right now as I'm recording it, on Friday afternoon. But yeah, I really do feel, I feel in that sensitive sort of energy, and I mean, I'm just ready for the weekend, and I'm glad. I've had a nice week, but I'm glad it is the weekend. And like I say, sorry I didn't do, sorry not sorry, but sorry I didn't do the very Thursday. But I think most of you probably might have felt that that wouldn't be happening anyway, because I've done like over a 5-hour live on the Tuesday, which is always for a reason. But I was tired after it, and yeah, that was very much needed. So thanks so much to people that have let me know, and also people that haven't let me know, because I know that some people are shy, but thanks to the people that had said, so thanks to all of you basically, but a few people had said like they really felt the difference after that, and you felt the clearing and the grounding, and it's because it was, like I say, everything I do is clearing, black magic, spell work, heavy energies. I get drawn to 555, big changes. But that was particularly, yeah. I mean, I didn't make a secret about it, and I mean, as I'm saying this, I'm getting drawn to the Witch's Tarot over there, and it just makes me think that that card's going to come out again that I pulled, which is about like evil eye and all of that, and yeah, it's black magic stuff. So yeah, there was a lot of that I could sense was going on for many people. And so I'm very glad that you felt that lift. And like I said, if anybody else is still feeling that heavy feeling, especially if you did tune into that, then I strongly, strongly advise that you book a session, and that I help you one-to-one. And also Cancer energy is good to meditate in. Oh yes, I'm looking after you. Look, all these ones: body, self-care. Your body deserves your love. That's very Cancer, I would say. But anyway. So yeah, the thing that happens is the nodes change as well. So the North Node is finally moving from Taurus and the South Node in Scorpio to the North Node in Aries and the South Node in Libra. So that is a massive change. The nodes are very karmic, so it can have a lot of things to do with karma, destiny, fate, fated moments. And it brings me to this: every time I walk into my office, like there's nothing on the floor apart from my boxes with the cards in it, because once upon a time there did used to be, cards would fall on the floor and shit like that. It was just a nightmare. But the thing that keeps falling on the floor is this. So I'm going to assume that March the 12th is significant to someone. Either something significant happened around March 12th of this year, or it's an anniversary, or it's a birthday, or it's something. So it's not going to be for everyone, but the date might be significant. The rainbow is about bringing hope. It reminds me of Rainbow Warriors, the Hopi prophecy, which I talk about quite a lot, which we need to know about in these times. Like, we are the ones who've been waiting for bringing the change, sort of thing. Life always gives back to me what I have given to others. I'm grateful, but that is what was most important. So yes, this might be significant to someone, probably will be, but this is what, and I can actually even think about things in my life where that date was significant, just different things are going on in my life at this time. Because again, remember the March 12th is just not long before, like roughly just under 10 days before the spring equinox, which is always a very turbulent sort of time. But yeah, this is about, getting back what you give out to others. Because karma isn't just, like karma's going to get you when you've done something bad. It's like, it's also the good that you do for others coming back to you. And about putting out that gratitude for what you do have. Because even if you feel like you've not got a lot, I bet you've got a lot more than a lot of other people out there. Do you know what I mean? So it's about always keeping things in perspective. And if you feel like you have got a lot, again, keep being grateful. Just be grateful for whatever good you've got going on in your life. And like I always say, when I was in my dark night so many years ago, I used to say to myself, I'm just grateful. Well, I'm not going to finish that sentence. I'm grateful that I've got, I'm grateful that I'm still alive today. I'm grateful that I've got another day to see. But again, that's pretty dark. But no, I suppose I was going to say something like that. Like, when you're in your dark night, your soul, it's like, you can wake up being like, oh shit, Groundhog Day, here we go again kind of thing. So do you know what I mean? Or a bit darker. But, so I'm just letting people know, I know it can be very rough. So, like I said, that was just happening on the floor. So like I say, so I really actually need to take the dressing gown off for this because I'm going in. It's pretty warm. So there's basically, that is so weird. You know how I just said that, right? Because everything's part of the channeling. literally everything. Although I've just taken the dressing gown off, and a dressing gown's a bit like, or whatever you call yours, people call dressing gowns a house coat where I live as well, or whatever you call yours. But it's kind of reminding me of a cloak. And if you stay with me on this, I feel before I even use the card. So again, this is what I do, guys. If you're used to me, is I'll just channel and chat for a bit, and the cards will just back up what I'm saying. It feels like, now is a time of actually needing to put your cloak on, like your spiritual cloak, your protection. What's lying on the floor? These cards are speaking to me that are lying on the floor. Yeah, pay attention to the signs. That's interesting, because I know that this card says that. Follow the signs, mystical messages. Again, 7th of July might be significant as well. And pay attention to the signs. 10 is about we're not quite at the end, we're not quite at the beginning. And I kept pulling cards about the end and the beginning in the shorts for round about this time. Again, they're timeless, but if you see, and there's a lot of cards about the answers are coming, the answers are coming. It almost feels like it's a full moon because of how many cards keep talking about the answers are coming. But you could also take it to mean like a new beginning after not having the answers. But yeah, that's interesting that there's, because I just noticed that when I was shuffling them. And then we've got sexual arts, again, 33, but I'm more actually drawn the picture here. It feels very twin flamey in a way, but it's like the Jesus 33. Oh my God, say what you mean. I know this always feels very twin flamey too, because it's like, I'm not telling her how I feel, and she's like, I'm not telling him how I feel, honestly. It's just, say what you mean. 18's the moon as well, and the moon rules Cancer. And yes, there's going to be a lot of hashtag all the feels Sunday, Monday. What else would that? So that could also be the 18th of October, could be significant. Right, they were just on the floor, so like I said. Oh God, I'm getting drawn to this deck now too. What else do we need to know? I don't want to get distracted and not talk about this nightmare that I had, because it was fucking horrible. It made my skin crawl. That's an important part of what I was going to say if I don't say it again. It did make my skin crawl. And I, when you kind of get that feeling, it is important to pay attention. What do we need to know? Okay, let's just go in. What was that dream all about? Basically, before I see what the card is, I don't want to go into too much detail, and I don't feel a need to, but I'll just see what I say. So this nightmare that I had involved a karmic energy just suddenly appearing in my life out of nowhere, like in my space. Do you know what I mean? Like in my, and that is really important. Like in my home, like Cancer energy is about your home, and if you think about it, when you're in your home, no matter what's going on in your life, you want to feel safe, hopefully, you want to feel safe, grounded, secure. And that's why a lot of the time when twin flames talk about how they feel about their twin flame, or when you've got other people talking about twin flames in general, basically the real people, the real true twin flames that know what they're talking about, there's always this mention of home, like like this person just feels like home. And so that's relevant that we're in a Cancer new moon. So again, I do feel even with that, the fact that it's a new moon in Cancer, it can have you longing for your twin even more than, I always find that actually in any Cancer moon, which we have once a month, it's just sort of, it's very maternal and loving, and well, like I said, it's about family, but it's about soul family, and your twin flame is your soul family, absolutely. And well, at some point you would want them to be your family as well, but it's kind of like, and maybe for some of you they are, like maybe for some of you that is the case, they are your family. Maybe you're already together, maybe you've been together and you've been apart, maybe you've got kids together. Like there's lots of different dynamics with lots of different people out there, but it is this feeling of feeling at home, right? So there's that. But in that dream, it was horrible, and it's like, it's almost like oh yeah, I started saying that, like, so I didn't do therapy Thursday because my niece was here for tea, and I realised it was the school holidays, and I just sort of said out loud, I was like, oh, you could have stayed if you wanted. She was like, yeah, I want to stay, I want to sleep over. And I was like, oh shit. And but sometimes when kids can be a bit sooky and that, like sometimes she's like, well, I don't want to go. So it's almost like, what I mean, if they need a babysitter, like sometimes she'd be like, oh, I don't want to go. Most of the time she actually always wants to come. But anyway, It's you know what I mean? So when I'd said blah blah blah, you know what I mean? I said to my sister, I was like, you know, it's a shame we didn't have her stuff, she could have stayed. And then she was like, well, does she want it? I was like, yeah, she's fucking, do you know what I mean? It was, you know, I said out like, so anyway, so, but I feel, as well as it just being, yeah, it's just fun to have a sleep over your auntie, and we, like, the other thing is, we started watching this, she keeps calling it a cartoon, but it's this, it's not a cartoon, because it's like real people, it's a programme, and what I'm basically saying is, it's old enough for her to watch, right, because I checked it, like, I mean, obviously I've watched it, but it's this program that we're watching. It really. I was like, this is mental when this happens, because I love it that she's, you know, she's five and a bit now, so she's getting older, and it's like, um, basically I'm not having to get dragged in to watch Peppa Pig. But I'm going to be perfectly honest. I've said this before. Me and my dad said this to each other once. I quite like Peppa Pig. Like I wouldn't sit and watch it myself. Like that's a bit much. But like when my younger nieces got it on, because she still loves it, and when my older one, like, do you know what I mean? I could, it's quite happy. Well, I find it quite, I don't know, I find it quite relaxing. Um, but yeah, what I'm saying is I'm glad that she's old enough now that I can watch something that's quite interesting. And this was like, it's all about magic. Like it's called Just Add Magic or something, and it's on Prime. So anyway, blah blah blah. But it's so interesting because it's got things about like curses and like not so much witches or anything. And remember, I know some of you out there are like, you know, it's a fan of the word witch and stuff. So it's just whatever, like, you know, with all things to do with magic. And that's a quote that I liked out of it is I've wrote it down my phone. Magic is wonderful when it's used for the right things. Do you know what I mean? So it's like the word witch as well. Like some people like the word witch, some people it's just like in it are not such a fan of it. And like I always say, you know, it's not I've never been drawn to call myself a witch, you know what I mean? Like, it's, if anything, I'm a white witch because I love all the herbs and essential oils, and I'm a shaman, and, you know, and all that kind of stuff. But I know that I respect that other people, like, I've got loads of clients and soul family, and some of you that, you know, talk about openly and stuff that like all that. So it's just to make that clear, a witch isn't necessarily a bad thing. People it's how people act and their intentions, and like that says, magic's a wonderful thing when it's used for right things, and that's what I love about that wee program, is it's got like that's what's going on, you know what I mean? There's people that are using the magic for good, and there's people that are using it for bad. So I just it's just so interesting. So that's absolutely confirming um that is absolutely confirming what I done on the Tuesday there when it would cleared in the, you know, the witchcraft, the black magic and all that at the end. And like I said, I'm always doing that, but it just, for me, the fact that it was like we've just randomly found this thing, I was like, yeah, wow. And we've both been hooked on it. Like she kept wanting to watch it. Like she when she woke up this morning, and again, you know, it's she doesn't sleep all the way through when she's at home, and whenever she sleeps all the way through. And I said when the last time she woke up, she said, "I always sleep all the way through here because you're a healer." And it's just like I never taught her to say that. By the way, she just says it. She's just very psychic too. Um, and yeah, we've been watching that all morning. But no, I really quite like it. But I'll only watch it with her, so but I'll probably be talking about this wee program quite a lot. But what were the other things? So right, I'll come back to any of the. I put other things in it, but what's most important is getting back to it. So what I'm trying to say is, yes, although that just happened of itself, I feel like perhaps she was meant to stay with me because I got quite creeped out by that dream. Now it's not like, oh, I got creeped out and I woke her up kind of thing, but I did actually wake up. Like I woke up kind of, I don't know, maybe not. I don't know. I woke up at like, say it was like 5 or 6 in the morning, and she was still fast asleep, and I was like. And I just was like, what in the heck? You know what I mean? Like, to myself, I was like, it was just making my skin crawl that I'd had this nightmare. And it just did, it was comforting that, you know, that she was, that there was someone there. So, yeah, I can only, I bet my guide sort of knew that that was going to happen. Anyway, whatever. Because the point is, right, I have to experience these things so I can talk about it to warn people. And so I feel it relates to the Venus retrograde that's coming up again shortly after we go into that new moon, and the, you know, and the nodes changing, because we're in the post shadow just now. And it's, I wrote karmic interference in dream time, if not real time, like the astral. So, some of you will know fine well you've got karmic interference because it'll be happening in your everyday matrix physical life, you know what I mean? But some of you, it might not, you might have sort of what I say, sort of moved through that and you've not got as much or any of that around you. Or if you have, you've got solid boundaries around interference, healthy boundaries kind of thing. Meaning that you could still have people that are jealous around you or whatever, but it's not something that you can totally get away from, because I know that there's situations where that's like that. But in that case, I feel they'll go for you in astral, because that is what tends to happen to me now that I've got tighter boundaries with everyone in my life. And so that was the case with this. And yeah, so in this nightmare, like, it was just like, I can't remember everything, but who knows what I was dreaming about before. But all I know is, like, what made me wake up was I was like, in the dream, I was like, it was confusing. That's what I'm going to say. So for me as a shaman, when people come to me to describe dreams to me, right, it's not so important what it's what is the most important to you. And I'm having trouble getting the words out, but I want to keep going. That means something. Either someone doesn't want you to speak, like, this can even be like the other energies don't want me to help people with this, or there is somebody willing you not to speak. Do you know what I mean? Like, someone doesn't want, and this is interesting. Oh my god, I've just realised that does have meaning, because the first episode in that me programme, because I've written it down here, the grandma's voice is taken from her. So it's all about the girls, and it's their grandma, one of the girls' grandma. But anyway, that's the very first episode that starts off by, like, someone has taken away the grandma's voice. So see, I've just noticed the connection there. And it's a curse, right? So what I'm getting from that is, this could be you that I'm talking about, or this could be your twin flame, or this could be anyone in your life, I guess. But it usually is that it's like either you feel like this or your twin flame does. And if it's not you, it might be you in the past, like, at some point, other point in your life, or it could even be past life stuff, or it could be about your twin. So, and remember, if none of this resonates, it's just not yours, but it's someone's. And then at one point there was another thing where there was an angry spell put on someone, and the wee girl was just acting really, really angry. And then it was like, they were like, "This isn't like you," whatever her name was. And then they realised it was an angry spell. So I felt that was like them telling me that oh god, that's so clever. Yeah, if you've been feeling particularly angry or anything like that, that you're probably one of the people that I would say definitely one of the people that I was picking up on. That sounds like I was about to go Peter Piper picked up a little that's got the black magic around them, or some kind of, because again, everyone's affected by generational curses and that. Like, I'm a generational curse breaker around here. We all are. If you're hanging around here, you know what I mean. And it's, but there's something, if you're particularly getting particularly angry, or feeling all this heavy energy around you, you've probably got a really dark negative attachment, which needs to be cleared. And that's when I was saying on the live quite bluntly, like, that's some of the more gentler clearing things that people do are not going to cut it. Like, it's right. So and again, it doesn't necessarily need to be like me that you come to, but if you're watching this video and it's speaking to you, and I do help people with that, I don't know, you know what I mean? It's kind of seems pretty obvious, but because that's not going to be for everyone. It will just really speak to you if it's you, right? And then yeah, and then I wrote down as well, there's no such thing as an unbreakable spell. So I feel that's about, like, the people out there that are telling themselves, you're a lost cause, or there's nothing you can do, or you're stuck. I love that. There's no such thing as an unbreakable spell. And that's really, if you think about it, that's what I mean. That's what I'm saying. Curse breaker, spell breaker, this is all the stuff that I do. I'm here to break that. That's why I love this. A certain darkness is need to see the stars. Like, it's horrible being in a dark place, but if it weren't for the dark places that I've been in life, and my particularly dark placements, really, I would say, I wouldn't be able to come with a torchlight like the wolf spirit that I am in the dark and come and help people out, to see the brightness that is ahead of you. Oh my god, that's really quite lovely. And then I got drawn to keep looking up. There may be a rainbow waiting for you, because I'm a bit of both of this energy. We're all light and dark, but I'm very much the kind of childlike, angelic rainbows and angels and fairies and all that kind of. I mean, you can even see that from the wee totems that I have about. Like, I just, I don't kind of like like I just kind of do that intuitively, and but then also this is me too. Do you know what I mean? That it's like I'm not afraid to listen to a dark story or a dark past or, you know what I mean? It's that helps people transmute their pain into power or into empowerment. Um, but yeah, so basically, that's all the things I feel that are relevant with that. It's all the things that I wrote down. But yeah, so it's the feelings are what are important in the dream. And when I just close my eyes and think about it, this particular nightmare and just the main feeling of somebody being in my personal space that wasn't invited and they just suddenly appear, in my home. It's like, um well, it was uncomfortable, it was confusing, and it was unwanted. I'm just going to say all the words that I'm saying, and before I woke up from it, right before I woke up, that's how I knew I was being told, this is like when energies can't be in your life literally like that. Again, that is how people can get into your space spiritually, or energetically, or in your dream time and your astral. Yeah. And again, I don't think there's any need for me to go into any more detail than that, but it's just so it means that, like, if I'm experiencing that, I do feel they're getting me to experience it, so that some of you just know that that is a thing, and it's just related to what I'd say. Oh my god, actually, it's what I said on the live. Like, I get shit when I really clear in a bigger way for people like that, like on that very long live, then I'll get energies trying to attack me for doing that. So I do feel it was a bit of that, but it was also just on my own personal journey. It's basically, it's energies that aren't happy about energies that aren't happy about things that have already happened in my life or things that are destined to happen in my life. I'll put it like that, and that can mean different things to different people. But let's see what do we need to know about that? Because there is cards about things that might, like, I wouldn't have logically picked up this deck, but it's through my hat. What do we need to know about that? So, like I said, if none of that makes sense to you, it's just not for you, but I just need to get it out for me, and it is for someone, because it did leave me, it's not shaken, but it left me unsettled and confirmed, and it was like to the point where I was like, I don't want to forget any of this, like I know I need to channel about it, and I can't leave it till next week. It was like, it just confirmed, put it this way, right, see if it's like, you've not got any, it's like, I feel this is for those of you that might gaslight yourself about that, like if you're kind of like, I can feel like there's some sort of force or energies trying to right, what they're trying to say to me is, it's like, so some of you might literally have like karmic partners or soulmates that know of a twin flame in the physical, and there might literally be fighting about that, like, there might be like, don't go with them, stay with me, all that kind of shit, right? But I'm not talking about that. This is what I'm feeling about, is it's like energetically somebody fighting, like, say, your twin, or trying to prevent your twin from getting to you, like by their energy just being like, oh no, you don't, you're mine, kind of thing. And again, this doesn't matter about genders or whatever, but that's more kind of what I'm getting at here. But again, this could be it doesn't need to be romantic. It could be like anyone in your life that doesn't want, could be friends, could be family, it could be, but yeah, so just be open-minded to that. So what do we need to know with that being said? It's as basically, that is kind of hard to explain, but that is a real thing. So don't think you're imagining it. If you're like, if you're either the twin that's like, why does it feel like some kind of force is keeping me from getting to them? If you're the one that's feeling like you need to go towards your twin, and if you're somebody that can anticipate somebody wants to come to you and they can't, it's, yeah, same thing, just don't, we'll just see what comes out. God, if my neighbours heard that one, that would be hilarious. I was like, what does she do for you? Trust, yeah. Ask, listen, allow, like, trust yourself, right? Increase your frequency, higher conscious awareness. But I feel this is to do with what I'm saying, like, you know, become more aware about that, about what and who affects your frequency, and trust yourself. High Priest, yeah, personal empowerment. I was just talking about that before, wasn't I? Like, because if you're coming into your power, there's negative forces around you that don't want you to come into your power. Oh my God, with your High Priestess, that's never happened before. That's pretty powerful. That's never happened before. And I don't think I was aware of them. Like, I don't think I was really that consciously aware of there being like a High Priest and a High Priestess. Like the tarot, like, look, expansive growth is on the bottom as well. Yeah, 9, something's come to an end, because 9's about endings and 10 is the ending, the end, not quite the beginning. Like I said, it's a liminal space. But this is like divine masculine, divine feminine. So this is what I mean. This is what I'm saying. I happen to be a divine feminine, but this could make sense to divine masculine too. That it's like if you feel like you're having weird dreams where it feels like there's people from your past trying to get at you. Well, you know what I mean? It's very real when stuff like that happens, because, and like I said, it's just kind of like, you know, you've got to make it clear. It kind of reminds me, when I woke up, it reminds me of when I done in the journey. Like, now I don't know if, like, well, you know, it wasn't so much a journey. Well, it is a journey, because I've been fucking talking for 5 hours by that point, or 4.5. But everything, like I said, everything I do is one big long meditative state, really. But it's basically, because, yeah, it's the fact that it's like, it's a bit when I said something like, you know, fuck off, like, you know, all the things were coming into my head, and that's what I've just experienced. It's like what I channeled on Tuesday is basically, I put it this way, I think I might actually, I'm not going to watch 5 hours of it, but I think I'm going to go back and find that bit at the end for me to clear that, because, yeah, it was like the bit where I said fuck off, or, you know, whatever it was like, you know, you have to do that, because it's like that energy was not welcome in my dream. And it's because what I'm doing, yeah, because I hold the violet flame activation. Like, do you mean Master Alchemist? It's because I transmute the violet flame. And also just what I'd said, it's like, look, this is about twin flames. It's like these energies, whether it be your own personal karmic energies, divine feminine, divine masculine, or the energies of the collective as a whole that don't want twins to come together, they're trying to stop powerful people getting together. Wow, that's really strong. And a rebirth. Personal freedom unleashed. They're trying to stop the divine masculines having a rebirth. Try to keep them in the dark. Path to least resistance. Choose ease and grace. But like I said, this isn't so much about the divine masculines, karmic energies, unless you are that and it resonates, because this is a dream that I've had 33 minutes, so divine masculine, that's more on my side, that I'm like, very clear what is not wanting things to happen there. Right, so, and like I said, it's talk about follow the signs. I've had crazy signs about, again, there's another thing I want to say. My throat's just got stuck there. But it's because I'm trying to think how I can say it. The other day when I was out with my mum, now I always get drawn to reg plates, right? But I couldn't believe it that in the one day there was a couple of reg plates I was drawn to, whether we parked up the car behind something or one was in front of us. And again, extremely significant signs, yeah, like, and it was just like unbelievable, unbelievable. So again, I know that's cryptic, but it's just when you put that into your story, it would be as if you're seeing, you know, your any sort of karmic energies in your life's names on things, or along with, actually, it's not just the karma, it's like, you know, because you see your twins' names and surnames and that, and birthdays everywhere as well. And, you know, but it was like, this was more, there was confirmation everywhere of karmic names. for me, like in several different karmic energies. And um, and then today, when my niece was like, "Can we put that back on?" Before we put it on the prime, like literally just turned the telly on, whatever channel it was on, and the first thing they said, the first name that the girl was talking about was, yes, significant. So, and it was just like, I haven't even properly fucking opened my eyes or washed my face, if you don't mind, and I'm getting hit with the signs. So, but you'll know fine well if you're a true twin flame what I'm talking about. And that was of the nice variety. That wasn't the which was, I've just realised that'll be because I'd had that horrible dream. It makes sense to me that I wake up and then get a nice name. You know what I mean? Interesting. Wow. It really does feel like we're living in a fucking, I don't know, alternative universe, or that's the kind of galactic sort of dreams that I have every night, and yeah. That was just unsettling though. Navigate distractions. Yeah, and that's basically what I'm saying. Like, so for me it works. Get the fuck, man. After I just said that, I've just been talking about, oh my god, this is crazy. And I don't always get Letty's cards a lot. Navigate distractions and caution needed astral travel. Basically, yeah, what I was just about to say there is, yes, it's unpleasant, but it hasn't shaken me up in the way that would shake most people up, because I know how to deal with it, I know how to clear my energy, and I know it's just because of what I've been helping other people with one-to-one and what I'd done on the live the other day. But why they were talking to me about the Venus retrograde is, for some of you, again, I know this is going to annoy people, but it's just true. Some of you will have either fallen for this in the past, where you fall for distractions, or say you have a dream about someone from your past, like an ex or something, and you think that means something, and it's not like a twin ex, it's like a karmic ex, and it's like somebody. And I just noticed when I'm saying ex, it's kind of sounding a little bit like thick there. Yeah, and there's that. So yeah, you've just got to be very careful in the astral and the dream time as well, the energies that are sort of trying to distract you off your path from your twin. And especially, like I said, on a Venus retrograde, because that's like, remember I said, from roughly in the next few days, I think it's, I keep forgetting, for some reason I keep thinking it's the 22nd. I'm going to need to check that again, that Venus retrograde starts. But like I said, we're in the, wait a minute, I'll just put it in. Venus retrograde. Yeah, it is the 22nd. 22nd to the 3rd of September. So this is the time when I said, you don't want to be getting engaged, married, or really engaged and married for me are the big ones, and if you are getting married, well, as if people are going to change all of that about because I say, but if you are connected, you might want to just looking at that yourself. Like I said, I'm always intrigued, like I want on the down low, or if you don't mind in public, like, let me know in a personal session or email me the exact date and time, actually, just for this purpose, for these research purposes, and I want to look and I want to see what was going on, when you go, and like, particularly, like, for instance, if you're, what I mean is, if you're not together with your partner anymore, because that, I wouldn't be, because basically Venus retrograde is like a Mercury retrograde. It's its things are built on a bit of a shaky foundation there, and when it comes out of retrograde, so put this way, right, anybody, and it's just interesting too, because like I do, like, there have been lots of well, it works in a good and a bad way, doesn't it? Because it means, right, so let's take twin flames, for example. Twin flame stuff, like reunions and physical unions, and all that kind of that's going on. It would just mean caution and taking it slowly, and but I feel that's where all twins are at anyway. Just because of really how everyone's experienced, or it's kind of like everyone's experience is different and the same is the way that I see it. It's like it's that kind of weird paradox that it's anyway, similar themes. but it could be as well, like you see, like some twins are like divine masculines are still asleep, kind of thing. That, like I say, like that go all the way that down that far, like walk down the altar to the wrong person, like that. There will, I'm praying, I put out there that that isn't the case for people, that anyone that's connected to here, or that, enough's been done in the collective that that doesn't happen for people that are twin flames. Like we've already saw out that karma or whatever, but like who knows, you know what I mean? It just, different people have got different paths. But all I'm saying is these would these would be the things that absolutely wouldn't last. Or like say for instance, like I'm just trying to think with different people that I've helped in the past. Yeah, I mean, I definitely know for different people that I've helped in the past, and things that I've noticed on my own journey, is significant distractions have come about in Mercury retrogrades. Yeah. So basically the point of me saying that story is, when I'm getting an uncomfortable dream like that, where it's just something coming up in magic and I'm like, what the fuck is this all about? And made me feel uncomfortable. It doesn't get in my head. It just annoys me because it's like I know its energy is trying to get at me. But for other people, it could stay with you a little bit more and it could confuse you and everything. And that's what I'm saying about. That's when you really would need to come to somebody. Talk about twin flame facilitator. You need to come to somebody that knows what's happening to you there, and that the energy is trying to interfere with you and your frequency and your path. And I'd say anyone that's leans more to being very divine masculine, man or woman or whatever you identify as, it'd be way easier to get in your head than it would a divine feminine, which is what would make sense to me. Do you know what I mean? It would, just because you're all to do with the mind and the overthinking, analytical energies and stuff. Yeah, so practice self-love, nurture your inner child. 10-10 twice. And I'm just being led to the fact there was me talking about marriages and stuff, and there's two of you that said you got married on the 10-10. How crazy is that? Nurture your inner child and processing karmic debris. But you see, I even think that that could be about what I'm talking about. That it's, karmic interference. Anyway, that's blew my mind with these. Let's shuffle these again. What else do we need to know about that? Shield your energy, look beneath the surface. Yeah, and this is what I meant about when I took the dressing gown off and I said it's like a cloak. You need to shield your energy. Again, I'm just repeating I feel like I'm just repeating myself over and over again, but it must be how important it is. Like, so I'm taking this on board too, which, like you said, I always shield my energy and don't do very much most weekends, unless I'm unless that could sound like someone's name or something, because kind of sounds like I was going to say Lisa, doesn't it? Like, or Elise, because I was about to say, I don't know what I was about to say, but that felt important. Unless that's what I was going to say, unless, so it doesn't sound anything like it. Unless, like I'm going to see my friend, at some point, I can't remember, is it next weekend or the weekend after, and and then obviously we'll be into the festival and I'll probably do it. But again, to be honest, I don't know if I would really do things at the week. But anyway, bloody blah. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll shield my energy at all times anyway. But definitely, because this is leading up to these big changes with the new moon in Cancer, extremely sensitive energy. That card said sensitivity, and your home and your sense of well-being and soul family. It's just extreme sensitivity. Shield your energy. That again, it is because it's like, I shield my energy all the time, and that's managed to get, that's managed to get to me. But like I say, it is also, these things have to happen so that I can warn about it. So, because it wasn't like it went on forever or anything, but it was enough that it's like left a bad taste in my mouth that I'm like, it just annoys me, because literally people wouldn't be allowed anywhere near me. But then do you see how it makes sense that that's how people would try and just piss me off in the energetic, because they can't get to me in the physical. Love and light, act with care, because it's like I'm surrounded by that love of the angels and my guides and the energies, that it's like, even when the not so ground your light, let your soul shine. Yeah, even when the not so nice things happen, I could still pull it back. Galactic healer, move forward with an open mind. See this? That's just really interesting that I've used the words galactic and astral, and then these cards are saying that. What does this say? Illuminate the shadow, focus on a solution. And so I think that's to do with, I'm being pulled these out. I think that's to do with, okay, I see who's lurking in the shadows energetically for me. And I'm just bringing it to light. There you go. Yeah, I'm bringing it to light. I'm bringing it to light. That's for you, to make sure that you are aware of that too, for you, right? Great achievement, yeah. And it's because it's because, like I said, the karmic energies in your life don't want this to happen. But you're protected by the Ascended Masters. There's Infinity that I use a lot. The Dove, Peace, the Lotus Flower. What's that? What's the bottom one? Oh, the wee. Regular Illuminati. Yeah, joyous, fun. Look, there's great achievements. There's high vibrational energy. There's fun coming about in your life in July because it's a 7. Because you're stepping into your higher self. You and your twin are stepping into your higher self is what I'm getting from this. And it's the last ditch attempt at karmic energies on either side to stop it happening, planning and action. Look, like, but they can't decrease the good that's happening because you're both following your intuition and manifestations. It's destined and fated, the vast universe. Commitment. You've both signed a soul contract. This can also be like about people ready to do this now, you know. Again, like I said, don't anybody be signing. Oh my God, don't be signing literal. Well, there's that too, actually. Like, you know, things to do with Venus is money too. So if you, it's not like don't do it. It's not like don't get in a new relationship or don't move in or don't. Personally, I wouldn't get engaged. Like, seriously, like it's like I'm just saying, like, or if you do, like, just be like, I don't know, like, just take it slow. Yeah, it's, I mean, who am I to say, you know, that is a long time from now to September if people are wanting to do it. But it's just about, we'll just remember what I said. It's, I think it can almost be like like someone comes full steam ahead. I wanted to do all this stuff, and then they could backtrack a little bit when it comes out the retrograde. So just be, if you're just be discerning, whatever that means to you. Consciousness of lack. I feel this card always says to me about, this is somebody, this card speaks different things to me, different things. This person, right, whoever this is, someone's got a lot of money there, but their heart's turned to stone because they've not got who they want. Or, like the loving man. No, it is that. We're sticking with that. It could mean something else, but because the loving man came out, it's Divine Masculine. Divine Masculine's in fragmented energy, but trying to pull back the pieces after a deception in their life. And professional assistants could be getting help from other people, like now, because it's, oh look, July. 7 on the card. They're getting help to get out of stuck energy. And we know that, because it's mostly Divine Masculines that come to me for help. And dark thoughts, and the dark thoughts are behind them, whoever that applies to. Like I just said, it can apply to us all at some point. The healing light, spirit, the guides are helping. And again, there's going to be movement in August too, because we've got 7 and 8 here, July and August. And happy success, August again, 8. But some feel at a loss right now, some of you. And you're like, how do I make my way to the sacred temple? I'm sure there's a joke there. You supportive kit, how do I find the people in the new earth in August? How do I get out of this conflict? I'm out of the conflict. This is a masculine. I'm channeling a masculine. Someone's out of the conflict in their life. And they've got loving family, friends and guides around them. or loving family, friends and guides in the spirit world are guiding them away from wherever they haven't got that to new supportive connections to honour their path. This is very much those of you being guided to follow your North Node in July, because the nodes change very soon. Right, okay. Well, I wanted to do a wee bit more about the nightmare, actually. These were none of the cards I wanted to use. They're all under here. Because there's an attachment card in this deck. So let's just move, let's move these, and I'll tidy them up at some point and move them over here. What do I need to know about, this isn't even the whole deck, what do I need to know about that? Is there anything else that, so it was the dream / nightmare that I had, more of a nightmare, to tell it to, as a bit of a warning for other people, just to shield their energy more, and that's why that card came out. Slowness, protection, that could even just be to do with what I said about Venus retrograde, because like I said, that's what I do feel the dream's about, is if you're having dreams about people from your past that you'd rather not, whoever it is, again, it doesn't always need to be people that you're linked to romantically or anything, it's like a purge, it's like a purging going on, but it can also be like interference, so just, to do with the moon, because we're coming up to the new moon. Freedom in action, old man, inheritance, male, strength, resourceful, lion, strength, success. I don't think, oh, that's annoying. I think all the ones with the, they're through there anyway. The ones with the evil eye and all that are actually in the living room. I can't be arsed. We'll just see if it, I think you've got the gist of it, whoever this is meant to be for. I didn't mean to make it a song, but famous last words, I always say that. Right. What else do we need to know about that nightmare that's going to help somebody out there? Community in reverse. Yeah, you see that community in reverse card always reminds me of third party interference, because it looks like the Three of Cups, right? It looks like the Three of Cups, like celebration, even sometimes upright. I think it means that. And also look, 7 again, July. So because in the card it's like, it looks like she's side-eyeing her. So again, you could be a guy and this could be guy pals, or just you could be a woman as women pals, or you could be a guy with women pals. It just change it to whatever it is, but it's like, look, sometimes it does look like she's not really a friend. So just, but anyway, in reverse, I really do feel it's like a, like a friendship group or just karmic energies, or people from your past that are caught. Yeah, that is just basically like what the dreams just said. But like I said, that it could be, there's attachment in the book if we don't pull it. Wait a minute. Yeah, this card reversed indicates feelings of isolation, perhaps loneliness. There may have been a recent disconnect with an old association or even dissolution of some wider partnership. This may result in feelings of loss, grief, but take heart. It is often the case that as you shift your energy into higher vibration, you may find that you no longer resonate with old acquaintances the way you used to. So that's talking about some people's spiritual awakenings. If that is the case, it may be time to move on to more resonant associations. But basically, right, that's going to be really specific to some of you out there. But for me, it's someone in my life that is someone from the past that is not happy about whenever a union comes about for me, put it that way. that's basically put it, yeah. It's the best way to put it. If that is the case, wait a minute, let yourself network in ways that reflect your higher intentions, meditation groups, classes, book clubs, blah, blah, blah. You needn't allow isolation to continue. It may take some conscious effort on your part, but now's the time to reconnect, network, and gain a sense of support that you're looking for. Basically, it feels like, whether you're divine feminine or divine masculine, it's about go where you're celebrated, not where you're tolerated, and just be careful who, okay, and I've went through all this, but yeah, it's to Just make sure your friends are actually your friends, you know, just, yeah. But it is what I've said too, that it can be like past lovers and stuff are trying to interfere in your dreams because they can't have anything with you in the physical and they're pissed off. Oh look, family, Cancer. There's that old tree in the greenhouse. Look, someone's outgrown the greenhouse. Evolution starts when you leave your comfort zone, get comfortable being uncomfortable. That is absolutely about the node shifting. And that looks like somebody's part is following somebody's north node is coming away from a community that they don't resonate with anymore. Yeah, look to the stars. I mean, it could even be that, like, whoever connects with this, obviously if it's the people that follow this all the time, that would be true. Like, you know, that you connect with astrology or know what's going on with the moon cycles and stuff. You could be healing yourself through music. And yeah, and look at this, right? This is what I was pulled from it. I was just wondering, I was like, are they just showing me that? But I feel I need to show you it as well. You're a spiritual teacher. You have the ability to counsel others and help them awaken their spiritual gifts and divine life mission. So obviously that's what I'm doing here, but that will be speaking to some of you too. Connect with your ancestors. But there's a tree again as well. And again, if you've never heard me tell that story, I was a tree in a past life. Like, seriously, it comes through quite a lot. It's where a lot of my wisdom comes through. I was a tree in a past life. That's hilarious, but it's true. Yeah, look, victory. Your desires coming to fruition. Keep up the good work. It's what I said, right? It's all higgledy-piggledy and all over the place, but when is it not? But it's about victory is coming for a union, whoever resonates with this. And there's energies coming from both sides that don't want it to happen. So just beware of interference. That's the best thing to say. Beware of interference in the astral, beware of interference in the physical. But I say it all the time anyway. What have we got? Let's pick up on the wave that this is going to be like meaningful to. Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine. So we'll do one for Divine Feminine. I don't know, guidance, warning, whatever. Oh my God, see what I mean? Like, there's a union coming in, or at least a union, and that is why there's interference for Divine Feminines. Right, let's read it, and then we'll do Divine Masculine's card. Where did I... all tied up. See, it's quite funny as well, because, like, I feel that's about Divine Masculine's all tied up. Like, and it's, again, this is it's so hard to explain this, but I feel in the astral, the interference that is coming out of Divine Feminine could be trying to hold back a masculine. And these are the things that you'll never know until you, or maybe somebody do, until you talk to one another, like different kind of, yeah, you just won't know. It's hard to explain. But it won't stop them because there's action. Right, okay, so in the world, coming full circle, right. Basically what I'm getting at is twin flames, you have past lives, you've had many past lives together, right? But karmic anything, whether it be romantic or again, I know saying romantic might be a bit much for some connections if it's purely sexual or something, but whatever, you know what I mean, love, romantic, sex, whatever. But again, family, friends, whoever in your life, like, you've had past lives with them too. Like, they could be enemies in past life, and it's, what I'm getting at is, it's like, it feels like the souls of karmic people are fighting your twin in the astral. That's honestly what I got from that dream that I had. Or trying to distract you, get in your head. It's a bit of both. It'll be different for different people. This card shows up in a couple in a tender embrace with a woman holding the blossoms of new love, like the community card, oh my God, which was the one before. This reveals a caring connection, but usually between two people only. But you see, the community card coming before that is very significant when it's saying it in the book, because the community card was in reverse. So this community does not want this to come together. Boom, drop the mic. Oh my God, that makes so much sense. And also, it's the 14th today. It's the 14th today. Oh my God. Synchronicities galore. So it could even just be that these are revelations that are, that are coming to somebody. Well, it's certainly coming to me, isn't it, to deliver the message? But Interesting. This card upright signals the beginning or deepening of a kindred spirit friendship or even the appearance of a new love. It can also signify a formal business partnership. But again, remember what I said, guys, be careful about all of that in Venus retrograde. Take it slow. When this card appears, be on the lookout for new connections presenting themselves. The relationships you already share may become more intimate, purposeful, or present this time. Notice opportunities to forge new or deeper bonds. There may be a tender karmic connection at hand. But again, it feels like more karmic of the karmic, like as in the nodes changing, and it's destined and fated unions between twin flames, victories. And again, the community universe does not want that to happen. Communities of divine masculines do not want this union to come ahead. Could be for divine feminines too, but that's what I'm getting from that. Right, what do we have for divine masculine? And it's just, it's horrible, but it is what I see with a lot of unions. It's like it's so that divine masculine stands up for themselves and sees through the distortion and interference and illusion and choose themselves. Because remember, anybody that's got any attacks against your twin is really an attack against you. I mean, you truly properly wake up in the Matrix, Neo, you see that. And it can all change too, because like I said, it's when twins are physically together, some kind of magic happens and light codes and all of that, and it can change people's attitudes. So it can all turn around, but obviously not right away. But sometimes, from what I've observed and heard, and divine masculine. Oh my God, envy in reverse. Well, that makes a lot of sense of what I'm just saying. Look, envy in reverse for the man holding the heart. So the obvious one there, without even reading the book, would be, I feel that would be envy from, past. So isn't it interesting that I was given, well, I was cryptically given it, but, I was sharing the interference for me, right? And it's kind of like, and that makes sense for me that it would be people from the past energetically, spirits, that don't want that to happen, rather than literal. But for some divine masculines, it can be literal. It can be like there's a lot of envy and jealousy from like past lovers that don't want the man holding the heart to go towards the man holding the, they don't want the man holding the heart to speak about, because that's the throat chakra, how he feels. Look, because they're attachment. They're a fucking hell. I told you it was going to come. Look, they're a negative attachment. And that's what I started off by saying, is that's black magic and look, God, they don't want the divine masculine to speak how he feels, so they've been putting some kind of spell or curse on their throat chakra, or, which that could be modern day translated to just putting something in their head that stops them coming forward to speak. But, I'm saying curse and spell because that feels related to the program that I was guided to watch. And that's a negative attachment that's stopping a twin flame connection, or several, stopping it from coming to completion, to go into their high priestess, to bring about balance in their life, keeping it a not caring connection, keeping the divine masculine in chaos when they should be walking away, seeing how powerful they are or you are to their ultimate happiness. But instead, they're exhausted. That could also mean stuck in sexual loops, actually. What's a sexual loop? But that's what I heard, just, and lack of finances, broken heart. But broken heart's in reverse, deceit. I feel that's hiding a broken heart in this case, lying to themselves about, look, because there's no love for the woman holding the coin. Oh my God. They deserve to be happy, but they're stuck in it. This is all a story, but I can't be bothered going into all of that. Let's just read the, can be past stuff too, but let's read envy. Deceit, I've just opened it, deceit as well. Hidden tactics. So there's hidden tactics and manipulation around divine masculines. There always is, because again, that is who I work with. But there is around you as well, divine feminine, so be discerning. Like I always say, be humble. I've missed it in the past, and then it comes to light, so it can happen to the best of us. Right. Oh, this is actually a good card in reverse. The card reversed, but I mean, it's what I said too, but let's read this. The card reversed heralds a great time of joy and appreciation. Your choice to shift your focus from future longing to present gratitude creates a significant... That's how I started the video, talking about the affirmation. in your energy field and moves out of dramatic, radiant, it moves out in a dramatic and radiant way to attract more to you. You know that you can keep your eye on future goals without losing sight of your present gifts. So continue to release any old feelings of envy or lack whenever those thoughts or emotions come up. You're well out your way to completely gratifying life, and your genuine acknowledgement of the value within or around you will only keep you drawing more value to. That can also be, when people get feelings of envy towards divine feminines. If you're going through a dark night of soul, or your twin's going through a dark night of soul, it makes sense that there would be envy towards even your own twin or other twins that aren't where you are. And this is like somebody shifting out of that dark place and being grateful for what they've got and coming out the other side of it. Again, a certain darkness needs to see stars. I let go of lack. I look at the blessings in my life with joy and satisfaction. I'm glad, and then that could link back to the lack of, whatever it said, lack of conscience. No, what did it say again? Lack of something where the guy's, the stone heart with the money and all that. Because I said something different, but it feels like it could mean a different meaning. Right. I'm going to bring this to a close now because I feel I got enough clarity about the nightmare and hopefully whatever I've said can help with others as well. So where's the divine feminine at in the physical, conscious mind, subconscious, and whatever else I'm guided to do? Strength. Divine feminines are in their strength, and something's going to be happening quick. I feel it's like, I went to this, what else? Yeah, it's like I feel you're in your strength and there's more healing and optimistic and happiness coming towards you fast is what I'm getting from that. Could be there's like fast communication or events happening fast. And I mean, that just makes absolute sense. And I'm just more going by the picture with that because of the guy running. Just with where with the nodes shifting. So what about this divine, and I feel this is something really strong about August because we've got all the infinity symbols even on our tattoo and just the 8 in general, but this is something really significant about the Lionsgate portal. Big changes. Masculine. Oh my god. Emperor. That's powerful. Right, so the masculine is basically in his feelings, or her feelings, or their feelings, whatever you want to call yourself. Yeah, they're all about the Empress. So the feminine's in their strength, and the masculine's all about their divine feminine. But this is also like you as divine you as divine masculine are connected to your feelings. But it's just like you're connected to your feelings, and that's why there's fast movement, because you're connected to your feelings and you want your feminine. And remember, this is brilliant. Cancer New Moon, it is, you know what I mean? This is very Empress energy. But low key, just be aware of that if you're a feminine, that there's victory in reverse. It kind of like, I feel this divine masculine's like not sure if, oh my god, I love it, Spirit. This Empress, look, their masculine is rising up, like secretly rising. They're rising in their ascension, they're rising their vibration. But there's like, some do not feel, they're kind of hesitating that they're going to be victorious. But because the divine masculine's behind it, I feel, look, it's just, this is the nodes changing. They feel it's like bad luck might be coming for them. And, this is kind of like, please God forgive me. This came up in a personal session recently, actually. Please God forgive me, I've woken up. Judgment Day, like I feel stuck, what have I done? I'm so sad, even depressed. This is like said, the shadow side of Cancer season. I don't even know where to begin, how to fix this with my twin flame. But I'm healing, and I'm could be optimistic for some too. And I'm pausing, and I'm facing my own hidden feelings about this hidden love. That could also be like addressing where people are in twin flames, because it's in reverse, you know what I mean? But I feel it's like I'm addressing this hidden love and repressed feelings and letting go of what's not for me. letting go of overly sexual energy that kept me stuck in my head. So again, could be spell work, and again, things that fucked up shit that's done through sex, like basically controlling somebody through sex. And I'm moving on. This is a masculine saying this. And I feel like pigs will fly, you know, that my twins are going to forgive me. But hopefully they'll accept my offer. Oh, look, there's a guy from the garage. Because I've been watching, and I know that they're going to be guarded, because I haven't acted like a stand-up guy. This is actually what came through in a personal session, and I might have taken quite a long time, and I've been quite cold, but now I want to give all of my love, and I want to be this person's wish fulfillment because they're mine. I want it to be a happy celebration. I want to show them how much I love them. I don't want to be deceptive. I don't want to be in my ego. See how that can be different, reversed, because they're my past love. They're my, I just heard forever person. They're my past love. They're the love of my life. Never forgot them. I'm exhausted. I want to complete this cycle. I don't want to be in options because they don't light my fire. They don't make me want to run to them. This is when I just start making up anything for the tarot by the moon. I'm tired. But there's delays and there's spell work that keep the King of Cups getting to the Queen of Cups. And there's like battles to stop this union. I'm just going to keep going to stop this union. The union card. 2 of Cups followed by the 4 of Wands. Amazing. True love, union. Twin flame union. Devil energies are going to be put behind you. The worst is behind you. Passion. Sleepless nights behind you. Giving and receiving. Happy families. Could be juggling. Work commitments right now. Right, I'm not doing the rest because it's just going on for it. But anyway. Right. I've run out of steam because I can tell when I couldn't even be bothered like translating it properly. I'm going to do an Archangel Michael card for each. I'm going to end this. Very weird. I'm looking forward to watching this back and seeing what I get from it. So, what else do we need to know? Like, what Archangel Michael card for Divine Feminine? Your loved ones are safe. Let go of your fear and worry for your loved ones. I'm looking after them. Okay. For a masculine. You're protected. Oh, that's powerful. God, I almost want to put... Oh, it goes on the bottom. Don't give them love. You're protected. You're safe within my bubble of light. You can proceed with confidence. Yeah, I think that's towards the twins. This is the ones that are going towards the twin, and there's all this shit trying to stop you. Don't give up on love. A relationship you cherish can be healed. Allow me to clear the way for forgiveness so that love can thrive again. And pray from the heart. Prayer really can move mountains, as I say all the time. Reach out to the divine with your heart's concerns and watch miracles unfold. And I'm sending you so much prayers and love for wherever you're at on your journey. And give us 3 cards to wrap up someone's story. Bits of it can make sense to different people. What's happening? Forgiving and learning. Beautiful for everyone, I would say. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in the present moments. Forgive yourself, forgive your twin. Even forgive the karmics. They play their part, guys. They play their part. You learn. It's all worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. Openness. Be open to accept divine guidance in your relationship. And I just feel that's about being open to all the learning that's come from wearing a mask. Let love show you how to learn from each other. Someone's wearing a false self mask in this relationship. Michael, say, you know, with twins, it's you both are at some point. And eventually both masks drop. Pay attention to the flags, the signs are cautioning you. Again, I feel this is just about the interference again. But that card for me has actually always been about just signs, you know, because I've had these cards for absolutely years. It's never felt like a bad thing to me. It's a sight. It's just, it reminds me of the Silver Linings Playbook. You know, when he says, when life is showing you all this, I can't remember exactly what it is, but the dad says something like, when you're seeing all the signs and you're not doing anything about it, you're stupid. I've just translated it, but it's true. You know what I mean? You don't, oh, I've just realised, wow, right, I'm ending it on that. I've just realised I caught the end of Friends with Benefits the other day, right? And again, that is, that's really significant to me for loads of reasons. Just that basically the time it came out was when I think it was when, yeah, no, it was absolutely when, in the heightened part of my knowing I was a twin flame, like whatever, 12, 13 years ago. And but it's a bit when the dad's like, when they're sitting having the, I don't know, they're sitting eating something, and he says to Justin Timberlake, he's like, you know, he's telling the story about like this woman he never done anything about, and that like because he's getting dementia or whatever it is he's getting, he's like, you know, it's times like this I'm like, you know, like I wish I'd done something about it, because the memories of the past love keep coming back. So that's really clever they done that. But yeah, your soul is preparing to reconnect, trust in the process. And then I've just pulled up connection, religious factors, which is always the twin flame card. Your connections are internal and unbreakable. The power of love, like a magnet, drawing souls together with that chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here, and I think we all know that if you're a true twin. Trust the situation is calling for you to have faith, because a reconciliation with your true love is about to happen for someone. It always is on this channel if you're new. I'm a union channel. It's like every fucking day it's raining fucking candy and rainbows and butterflies. Detect my sarcasm, but again, it's, you know, when it comes about, let us know if it was yours. But not in real time, much further down the line, because I always say keep it a secret. Someone from your past has returned into your life. True love comes when you least expect it. And again, it's just that thing that keeps coming through. You're not going to know. So let it happen. See you later. Like, comment, subscribe. And I will actually see you on Monday. What time though? Because it won't be at 6:30. I'm not sure what time, but I will come on at some point. And if for any reason I'm not on, I might just decide to do it on the Tuesday like I usually do, but just check the community tab. See you later.